Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a single, powerful word that, honestly, might be the most important and rarest resource of the 21st century. And that word is agency. Basically, your ability to make a choice, and then actually do it.
So let's jump right in with a question that might feel a little too real. We live in a world with more choices, more information, more freedom than any other time in history. So why is it that for so many of us, all that freedom can feel less like a gift and more like, well, like paralysis?
Well, AI technologist and futurist Dr. Dennis Price has a really fascinating diagnosis for this feeling. He argues that the root cause isn't some kind of personal failure on our part. Instead, it's this huge, invisible shift happening in our world, the slow, steady disappearance of scarcity.
Now, to really get why that's such a big deal, we gotta rewind the clock a bit. See, for almost all of human history, there was this one powerful force that shaped our societies, our goals, even our brains. And now, that force is just vanishing.
Dr. Price has a great term for it. He calls scarcity a primal architect. And just think about that for a second. The need to find food, to stay safe, to build shelter, that gave us our problems. And solving those problems, well, that gave us our purpose, our communities, and the entire structure of our societies.
This slide really shows the massive change we've gone through. It's like we've moved from a world where the path was pretty much set for us by all these external pressures. You had to work to eat, to a world of abundance, where the landscape in front of us is often just blank. The job of creating meaning and purpose now falls completely on our shoulders.
And when that external pressure just evaporates, it creates a very modern and, for a lot of us, a really personal challenge. As Dr. Price puts it so well, just because the old pressures of survival are gone, it doesn't mean we automatically know what to do. The absence of necessity doesn't create direction. We're just left holding a blank map, and honestly, that can be incredibly disorienting.
And look, this isn't just some abstract idea. We can actually see the symptoms of this drift all over the world, from a kind of delayed adulthood in Australia to extreme social withdrawal in Japan. These are all signs of people struggling to find their footing without that old scaffolding of necessity.
Okay, so add another layer to this. In this new, abundant environment, a brand new competition has popped up, one that takes place inside our own heads every single day.
And this is really the core battle, isn't it? On one side, you've got the activities that build long-term value. But yeah, they take effort. Things like deep work or learning a new skill. And on the other side, a whole universe of frictionless, super easy alternatives designed for that instant gratification hit.
But here's the really brilliant insight from Dr. Price. When ease wins, it's not a moral failing. It's not because we're lazy. It's actually a completely rational response. Our digital environment is literally engineered to reward passivity and make the path of least resistance the most appealing one.
So, if the problem isn't our fault, what's the solution? How do we find our way in this new landscape? Well, it means we have to completely change how we even see the problem itself.
This is where Dr. Price really flips the script. He argues that we need to stop thinking of this as a lack of willpower or some kind of character flaw. It's not. We need to see it for what it is, a design problem. Our environments need to be redesigned.
And that means we kind of have to redefine what agency even is. It's not just some inner fire you either have or you don't. According to Dr. Price, true agency is more like a system, a combination of external structures, feedback, and social support that makes it possible to keep going.
Okay, so how do you build a system like that? You do it by creating intentional structures. Think about a running group that gives you that social commitment, or just setting your own artificial deadlines for a personal project. We have to consciously build the constraints that the world no longer provides for us. Now, this massive shift doesn't just affect us as individuals. In Dr. Price's view, it's creating a profound new kind of inequality that's going to define our future.
As things like food, energy, and information become abundant for more and more people, those traditional dividing lines, the ones based on material wealth, they just start to matter less.
And in its place, a new gap is opening up, the agency gap. This is the divide between the directed, those who can navigate this sea of abundance to create their own purpose, and the drifting, who are lost in all those frictionless options.
And that brings us to the ultimate conclusion here. In a world of growing abundance, the one thing that will remain truly scarce is agency. It's the skill of making choices and sticking to them when nobody is forcing you to. And unlike money, you can't be given it. It can only be developed.
So we're left with this really powerful final question to think about. As the external world stops demanding that we struggle and strive, the real challenge, it moves inward. The future won't be about what we can get from the world, but about what we can build within ourselves.